Good morning, all my yarny friends. I'm Sara Sach, here in rainy, stormy, thunder, cloudy, bolts of lightning, Yukon, Oklahoma, which is outside of Oklahoma City. Yeah, it is just raining like crazy. It's not raining cats and dogs. It's like raining elephants. I mean, it is ridiculous. So much rain. We have in our backyard, our backyard isn't flat. It has kind of a little bit of a, not a hill, but just an up part, and then it kind of swoops down and goes flat. Well, in that little swoop down area, we always get a little puddle. And I call it a pond. It's huge. It gets like 10 by 10 feet. It's not huge, but it's big for, you know. But anyway, the problem with that really is that when that happens and we get a lot of rain, we get a lot of frogs. And then at night, when you're trying to go to sleep, they're screaming at each other. Sounds like women screaming. Ah! It's so funny. It's really loud, too, and it scares Rosie. I tried to take her out to go potty, my little Rosie Belle there. She's already asleep on her little poof pillow. But I tried to take her out to go potty because you know what happens is we're right in the middle of our video and Rosie comes over and she starts whining at me because she wants to go outside. Well, hopefully the rain will keep her asleep. We'll get through this. And we also need to hope that I don't lose electricity. Because even if I lose electricity, I have, we have a generator that will the whole house, but it takes a few seconds and it will disconnect. And so we want to just really hope and pray. I'm not going to say that the creek don't rise because I think the creek's rising. So anyway, I'm Sara Sach. Welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sara on this rainy day. And in case you don't know, we try to do this every Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. Because, of course, I'm in Oklahoma. All right, let's get started. I've got me some coffee. I mixed my creamers today again because I really like that. I take a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of the hazelnut and mix them together. Then when I'm making the coffee, I put a teaspoon of cocoa powder in the coffee while it's brewing. And also, just put a sprinkling of salt in there. That'll help take some of the acid out. And then I end up with a chocolate hazelnut coffee. It's super good. And sugar-free. Because y'all know I'm diabetic, so I can't have the sugar. All right. Clinkety, clink, clink, clink. I have a joke for you today. I actually got this one like 2 weeks ago, and I was going to share it last week, but I wrote it on the back of my notes, and so I couldn't share it with you last week. This is last week's notes. And so I saved it. I'm going to share it with you this week. Because, yes, I do write notes of what we're going to talk about, because if not, I will forget, because y'all know I like to ramble on. Okay, here's the joke. How many crocheters does it take to change a light bulb? Now, think about this. Do, 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 do. And the answer is just one. She's going to crochet a cord for it. Then she's going to crochet a light cover for the light bulb. Then we're going to crochet matching curtains for the kitchen. And then we're going to make doilies and chair covers and coasters and baskets and ... We're going to just crochet everything because that light bulb is going to work. I think that's kind of funny because that's how my brain works. As I'll think, oh, I need a new doily to put at my desk. Well, I have this bowl where I keep pens and pencils and stuff that my husband made. It's made out of wood that lathed on his wood thing. And then I have a smaller bowl that I bring out my vitamins and pills and set in, because I don't take them all at once. I have to take them different times of the day. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I need to make some little koozies or cozies for those. And then I need a cover over here for this. And then I need a chair cover for my chair. And then, you know, that's the way my brain works. So I think that joke is funny. And the person that sent this to me obviously knows me well. All right, on to today's notes. All right, so we clinked in. I loved seeing, and I still love seeing where everybody's from. It's so much fun. Don't give me addresses or even cities. You can just give me states or portion of the state. You know, southern Texas or northern, you know, Minnesota. But you can also tell me if you're from other parts of the world. I love seeing people pop in from Australia and, you know, different parts of the world. It's just neat to see. I love seeing all the familiar names, and I also love seeing all the new names. It's just so much fun because we really do have a good time here. That's the whole point of this particular video that I do every Tuesday, is just to set aside the cares of the world. Don't worry about your bills or your sickness or anything going on in your family or any of that stuff. Set it aside for just 30, sometimes 45, depending on how much I talk. So we can just have some fun together and think about yarn and crochet. Okay, so now today is the first Tuesday in May, so we're going to announce what our giveaway is. All right, but before we do that, I want to do a shout out. Now, I found this lovely young lady. I really enjoyed her videos, and I think that this is one that I've also, I talked about this last week. I'll find one that I thought I didn't know, and then I'll remember it again, so then I'll watch her videos again. And I think this is one I probably recommended probably 3 or 4 years ago. Her name is Claudia of Crochet Luna. Okay. This is what she says. I have several. Oh no, this is what I said. This is what I typed on my blog. It's I watched several of her videos over the weekend and really enjoyed them. I think you will also. I found her to be fun and real and just wonderful to watch. Okay, now, when I give you a shout out on someone, I have watched some of her videos, and so I put her link down underneath this video in that description box so you can go and watch her videos. And I really recommend that you subscribe, like, and boop that bell. And don't forget to boop my bell also. Because remember, when you subscribe to a YouTube channel, you're telling YouTube you like that channel. When you like a video, you're telling YouTube you like that video. But when you hit that bell that's underneath there, when you scroll down where it says subscribe, if you hit that bell, you're telling YouTube that when you come on YouTube, you want to see my videos. Okay? They don't contact you. They don't send you emails or anything like that. It's just when you log on to YouTube. Okay? And it's real important because even though you subscribe to a channel, they may not show you when I have new videos come up. I don't want you to miss out on anything. Sorry, my hair's tickling my shoulders. Okay. So that is our shout out of the week. Claudia of Crochet Luna. Go check her out and tell her I sent you. All right. One more thing I forgot. I got some happy mail this week. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You all know Kim. Kim and Rita both help maintain our Facebook group. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group, it's Coffee and Crochet with Sara Facebook group on Facebook. All right. You have to answer the 3 questions or you can't get in because we got to make sure you're not a robot or a spammer. We don't allow that. And we keep all the drama out. It's a no drama llama group. Okay. All right. Well, Kim sent me some goodies. And these are goodies for you guys, okay, except this one. Let me show you the things that she sent. And these are for me to add to giveaways. All right, this is diamond painting. I've never done that. Here's a kit that is a little dinosaur, a complete kit. Okay, and that's what this is too. It's a kit. All right, then this one is really nice. This one is from Michael's. Oh, it's upside down. It's a lion. It's a complete kit, loops and threads. And these are things to go in giveaways. Okay, and then she sent me this. I'm not giving you this. I'm going to put this in here. Okay. She sent me a really nice card, too, that I'm not going to read to you yet. All right, and she sent this to me. It says, Sarah, hi, Sarah. Kimberly made me to hold your Aldi quarter for you. Yep, yep, yep. I do shop at Aldi, but I want to show you this. It is the cutest thing. She took our little monster eyes, and she made a little yip yip bag and a hook. So I can hook this in my car and put my quarters in there. Because you know, Aldi, you need a quarter to get a cart. I like it because you take your quarter, you put it in, you get your cart, and then when you're all done, you take your cart back and you get your quarter back. Isn't that the cutest thing? Kim, are you on here today? There you are. Will you, post where you got the pattern for this on here so people can get it? Because it is really cute. And I have some more of these squiggly eyes. I gave these away for Halloween the last 2 years instead of candy. I bought these squiggly eyes and gave them away instead of candy. And the kids loved them. As a matter of fact, some of the mothers came over and asked me where I got them because they want to do stuff like that. I always give out little toys. I don't give out candy anymore. And the reason that I don't give out candy on Halloween is because I don't trust myself. I can't have sugar anymore because I'm diabetic, and I don't trust having sugar here. Now, I do have some things for the grandkids, but I try to buy the candy that I don't like for them. I think I might be too small to fit the dog poop bags in. I do have a pattern for the dog poo, I call them poo, the dog poo bags, because I used to walk my dogs at the park all the time, and so I would have them. Lately I've been thinking I need to set some out by my mailbox, because we have a couple of people that walk their dogs in our neighborhood, but they don't put their dogs on a leash, and they do big jobs in my front yard, and it makes me mad. And so then I have to go and pick it up. And the one guy yelled at him. I kind of was a Karen at him. I said, dude, put your dog on a leash and pick up his poo. He's like, I don't have a bag. So I went in the house and got him a Walmart bag. Okay. That's my one moment when I wasn't real kind. Okay. Moving right along. Thank you, Kim, for all those things. Those are going to be added to some of our giveaways in the future. And I have some other kits also that I'm going to be doing that with also. It's kind of interesting because I had two different people send some in. I have one person that probably sends me something about once a month, but she doesn't like her name being said. And so I just tell her, thank you for sending. Thank you. You know who you are. And I love giving away a lot of the things that she sends because they're all new things that she bought, or she bought an extra and doesn't need it. And I think that's fun because I like giving stuff away. I like giving yarn and crochet hooks and all kinds of stuff away. So that comes to our giveaway. What is our May giveaway? Okay, so this is our May giveaway. This is a vinyl bag, and you can see it says, yarn is a lifestyle. It's a really nice bag. Oh, I left the tag on there. Sorry. I picked the bag up at Walmart myself. I picked up two, so I can give one away and keep one for me. And in the bag is a lot of fun stuff. I'm just going to kind of spin it around so you can see. There's hooks in there, and there's another kit there. There's some yarn and scissors and some other things that you can't see because it's a surprise. And of course, you're going to get this wonderful bag. All right, this is our May giveaway. Now, in 2 weeks, I will announce the winner. And how do you get involved in the giveaway, right? All right. So, all you have to do is comment on this video. And all of you that have already commented, you're already entered in. And if you want to be entered, but you don't know what to say, I want that giveaway. And then in 2 weeks from today, on Tuesday, that morning, I will put all the names in that random generator. And whatever name comes up, I just checked to make sure you haven't won in the last year or so. And then that's the winner. And then I'll announce the winner's name on that video. Okay? So you have 2 weeks. And I do it this way. That way I can get it out in the month that you want in. Okay, so today is the first Tuesday of the month. In 2 weeks, on that Tuesday, I will announce the winner. And then all you have to do is send me a message through Facebook to Posh Pooch Designs, or you can go to my website. The email or that link is down underneath this video, and shoot me an email. I will not chase you down. I won't. And I have to tell you, I think I've only had 1 or maybe 2 in about the 6 or 7 years I've been doing this. One of them I had someone say they were them and they weren't. And then the other one, they didn't contact me. But 1 in all this time is great because I love to give away stuff and it's so much fun. And I like to get it out to you quickly. So next 2 weeks from today, when I announce the winner, email me or send me a message as quick as possible. Do not send it to my personal page because if we're not friends on Facebook, I won't see it. I have all that stuff turned off because I just get too much spam. Okay, so it's worth it just for the bag. I'll have to say it is so cute and I love mine. I like it because it's made of vinyl. I do kind of wish it had a snap on the top, but you could always tie a ribbon or something. But anyway, lots of fun stuff in there. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is talk about our yarn of the month. And this is a bargain. Okay, I'm going to click over to my other camera here. This is the Cotton Fair, almost said flare, bulky prints. It's 130 yards, 3 ounces each. And I got 3 because you get in a package 3 skeins for only $8. And the color I chose is, let me look at this. It's called Sunrise. And I love this that they put on here. This is the outside. And this is the inside pull. Isn't that cool? I love that. Okay, so this is not 100% cotton yarn. Just FYI. It is 52% cotton and 48% acrylic. And I really love that they put those together because the cotton is absorbent and the acrylic will hold the color and the shape. And again, anything with cotton in it, you can always do a distilled white vinegar soak, and that will set the color, okay? And it's really simple to do. You just put it in your wash machine after you've made the garment. A lot of people will wash their yarn ahead of time. I never do. I wait until I make the garment, and I'm planning on making a great big bag out of this. For me. I love bags. But anyway, after I make it, I'll put it in the wash machine. I won't even put soap. I'll just put it in the wash machine, put a tablespoon of white distilled vinegar in the rinse cycle, rinse it through, and then I'll set it on top of the dryer. Depending on what it is, I'll dry it. But that's how I set a color in. And it will keep your cottons from bleeding into other colors. Okay, but this is a really good bargain. Let's see, I think they have 6 or 7 more colors. I can't remember exactly, but you get 3 bags for $8. It's a 130 yards or 3 ounces. And it is a bulky number 5. I forgot. I wanted to tell you that. It is a bulky number 5. And I like that because that's a really good bulky yarn. You could make a really nice hat out of this. You could make a really nice poncho. You could also make, like I said, a bag. You can make anything you want with it, really. You really can. And it would be great, for anything you want to make this summer, but you want it to be a little bit bulkier, but you don't want it to be hot because it is 52% cotton. And that's our yarn of the week. Now, one thing I do want you to understand is the month of May, Premier Yarn, of course, these are from Premier Yarn. You saw that right there on the packaging. Premier Yarn for the month of May has a whole bunch of stuff on clearance and on sale. And it changes week to week. And so what you can do is you can go to the Premier site, use my link, it's underneath this video, and they have a click, and you just click on that says sale, and it'll come down, it'll say weekly, bags, because you can buy it by the bag, like this is a bag sale, because you got 3 in 1 bag. Okay, and then they also have clearance, and they have a lot of stuff on sale right now, and a lot of things that are their everyday stuff. And they do this because they like to get through the clearance to get to new stuff, and they also like to get through a lot of the older stuff to get to the new stuff. That way it's not sitting on their shelf forever, you know. But anyway, and they have so many brand new yarns right now that is just crazy, and they're just gorgeous. And I am expecting another bag. I went ahead, I know it's only what, May 6th today, and I went ahead and spent my May budget. But they have so much new stuff. I couldn't help myself. So anyway, this is our yarn of the week, Cotton Flare. And we're not done talking about yarn, of course, because I'm going to set those over there. We did have some fun this week and make some fun things. Now, for our this and that video, I just asked the question, as a whole, do you like acrylic or cotton, and why, and what do you do with it? And it was really fun to read all of your answers, because one of the things I always say when I do my this and that videos, which they're usually posted on Wednesday morning, is so that we can learn from each other. Because whether you're a brand new crocheter or you've been crocheting as long as I have, like over 50 years, there's always something to be learned from each other. We all have different experiences, living in different parts of the country. Sometimes we're exposed to different yarns, and it's just so much fun. We all know different stitches. Maybe there's stitches we've never tried. And so we can always learn from each other. And that's why I really love the this and that videos. I do. I just think we can just really learn from them. Okay. And so the one I did that I'm getting ready for tomorrow is, I just called it 5 questions for you to answer. And it's just 5 questions I'm asking you about your preferences, from crochet hook size to yarns, fiber, different things like that. And it's also to help me so that I know what you're looking for. But again, I always say, if you have questions, ask them. If I don't know the answer, I'll find you one. Or I'll just say, I just don't know. I've never done that, you know. I'm just honest with you, you know. And so, yeah. But I would do my best to find, you know. But feel free to watch those videos, because there's more on it than just the question. There's information and things like that. And also, always comment. I love to read your comments, even on videos like this. I just really love to read what you have to say, because I feel like we all just have, you know, we're a big yarn community, and we have so much to share with each other. Okay? Now, what we did this week as far as patterns is we did the Whirly jig. And if you look behind me here, there's one I've got hanging up there. But this is the one I have right here that we did together. And this is one of the first things I ever learned to crochet from a lady at our church when I was 12 years old, 50 years ago. And she called them Whirly jigs. And I made a patriotic one because I found this at Hobby Lobby. Isn't this cute? And you put beads on the bottom. And then the purpose of the beads and stuff at the bottom is to help hold the weight down. And then you just hang it up in the tree or in a doorway or on your back patio, your front porch or whatever. And they're just super pretty. And the neat thing about these is the yarn that I chose. And I really love using this particular yarn. I'm going to come over here so I can show it to you. And this is a Hobby Lobby yarn. And Hobby Lobby is the only place I can find this particular yarn. This is Yarn Bee. Yarn Bee is a Hobby Lobby brand. And these are the colors that I bought. Well, some of the colors I bought. Every time I go into Hobby Lobby, because it's the only place I can find this yarn, I buy it. And I buy this because it is the Scrub It Scrubology. This is the white. I think this is True Blue. Where did that go? There it is. True Blue. Oh, that says True Blue also. I put the label on wrong. This is white. And this one is called Fire Red. But I picked those up because I found those beads that were red, white, and blue with the little thing. And the reason this yarn works great for outdoor things is because it is a scrubby yarn. Scrubology Scrub It. And it's made of 100% nylon. It's made not to absorb the water, but it is durable and it won't get moldy or yucky from water. And it's just great yarn for doing all kinds of outdoor things. And I have some more outdoor things that I'm going to do, not just this color, but with some other colors. And the truth is, I've only been able to find this particular style. It's a bulky 5, 100% nylon. I'm just going to find it there for you. There it is, 100% nylon, really tiny. And it works perfect for a lot of outdoor things. I've got a big mandala that I want to make to hanging in my garden that I'm going to make. I got some pot hangers I'm going to do, and a couple of other things, as well as some scrubbies for summer as well. But I'm just telling you this because when Hobby Lobby puts their yarn on sale for 30% off, I always go in there and pick up some more colors, because this Hobby Lobby is the only place I can find that carries this particular scrubby yarn. Now, you don't have to use scrubby yarn to make the Whirly jigs. That one I made with scrubby yarn about 5 years ago, and it still held up. And I had it hanging out in Colorado before we moved down here. And I had it in a box trying to find it. And I finally found it. And so I had it outside for a while, but I brought it in so you could see it. And they're super fun to make, and they're quick to make because it's a bulky 5 yarn. You're using a big bulky yarn or a big bulky hook, and it just goes super duper fast. If you saw my video for my spring garden I did a couple weeks ago, you can go back and look at it. I have a trellis sort of thing up where I made some flowers and some leaves and some little bees. They're not little, they're nice sized bees that are hanging on there, and they're also made out of this scrubby yarn. And there's a lot of things that you can make out of it besides just scrubbies, although I love the scrubbies that I've made with them because they just last forever. I can't even remember when I've had to replace a scrubby made from scrubby yarn. I can't. I've had them forever. So anyway, watch your local Hobby Lobby, and you can also buy it online, because a friend of mine that lives in Alaska ordered hers online, okay? And so you can order it online as well. And they have a lot of really bright colors. I should have grabbed some more. Remember the Easter baskets that we made? I can't remember what I called those. Anyhow, I made Easter baskets this year for a video. And this is the yarn that I used. I had a whole bunch of leftover colors, and I put them all together. Bright pinks, bright teal, bright yellow. I think I even used an orange. I'm looking over there because I've got more of these sitting over there. I should have grabbed them. Anyway, but I'm going to set those down there so they're out of the way. But anyway, I absolutely, absolutely love them. I don't think you can get them in Canada. And the reason is it's so expensive to ship to Canada. Years ago, when I first was doing dog sweaters and dog hats, I did a lot of orders for people in Canada. And I had this one friend that had a P.O. box across the border. And she would, I probably shouldn't say this, but she would drive across the border to the P.O. box so she didn't have to pay all the taxes. Because it is cheaper to ship something to Australia than it is to Canada, unfortunately. And I don't understand how all that works, but you know, it makes me sad. So if you live in Canada, take a trip to America every now and then and hit a Hobby Lobby, you know. But there's also a lot of things that, like Yarnspirations is in Canada, isn't it? You know. So anyway, shipping is expensive anyway, you know. But now, can you use cotton yarn for the project? You can. It's just not going to hold up as well. And also, these are a bulky 5. If you go with the smaller yarn, you're going to have to use a smaller hook, and it's going to end up smaller. That's one thing you need to understand, is if you don't use the yarn weight and the crochet hook that the pattern calls for, it's not going to work out the same. Okay? Alrighty. So, what else did we do? Yesterday, I finally finished and got it ready to go. My sunflower rug, and I just absolutely love it. My granddaughter came over last night to hang out for a little bit because my husband, her opa, and my daughter and another gentleman and another lady plays the piano. They sing in a trio together. And Callie came over to hang out with me while they were practicing. And she absolutely loved these. She said they were one of the prettiest things I've ever made. How about that? And she's almost 16, so I really value her opinion. I do. All right, let's click over to this other camera. And you probably saw this underneath. This is the sunflower rug. There's a fuzzball on there. It measures 24 by 24. This is the solid one I started in the demo for the video, but I wanted to finish it because I love it so much. Okay, so let me move this one out of the way. This is the purple one, and I think Rosie's claimed this one because she keeps laying on it because it's so soft. It's got some of her hair on it, sorry. And this is a variegated yarn. I'm going to show you the yarn in just a second. And then this is the yarn, and this is the yarn I got at Ollies. And this yellow I got at Ollies. This green I got at Ollies, you know, Ollies discount store. Cheap stuff. Great stuff, cheap, I think is what they call it. And this gold is also from Ollies. And these are all Bernat blanket yarns. Let me show you. $4.99 at Ollies, okay? Bernat blanket yarn, bulky 6, and each one of these is 10 ounces. You can make one of these with about 14 ounces. It takes the whole skein of the variegated. Let me show you. I've got another yellow one here. It takes a whole skein of one of these, and then you have your extra for your middle and your green trim here, okay? And I have another purple one too. But anyway, I got them at Ollies for $4.99. Super great bargain. 10 ounce, I think 10 and a half ounces. Let me look on here again. Let's see. 10.5 ounces. So yeah, 100% polyester, 220 yards. All right. And I love working with blanket yarn. And these are stitched with an L hook, which is a 8mm. And if you want to, I found out that my purple one, it lays pretty good. But my yellow one, for some reason, it wasn't laying really good. And so I needed to block it. And the way that I block these, the yellow one didn't, the gold one solid didn't need to be blocked. And it just has to do with your tension. If you're stitching too loosely, you'll end up with a little bit more curl. Okay, and the way that I blocked it is I just laid it out flat, spritzed it with water. I didn't soak it down. I just spritzed it and laid it flat on my dryer. And then when I did a load of towels and they were drying in the dryer, it dried it so that it was flat. Okay. This one is going in my bathroom. Now, the question is, how do you keep not a blanket, but a rug like this from being slippy? Is slippy a word? Slippery. Now, there's several different options that you can use. You can use carpet tape, but I don't like to use carpet tape because I feel like it messes. If you're going to put it on a wood floor, we did that in Colorado, and we ended up having to kind of do refinishing, okay, because we had wood floors. Here I have ceramic and carpet, and the bathroom is a ceramic tile, and you can buy those rubber mats, and you can cut it to fit and stitch it on there if you want to. But when you go to wash it, sometimes those rubber mats begin to get peely. And so I didn't want to do that. And if it's going to be in the bathroom, I want to be able to wash it because I have a grandson, okay? All right, and this is in my half bath that is a guest bathroom that is used mostly by the grandkids. So anyway, there are two other options you can do. You can get puffy paint. And you can find puff paint over by the acrylic paints, you know, in those tubes. They have a squirt end. It's super easy. And you just turn it over and squirt lines in a circle. Okay. I didn't do this one, but it's really easy to do. Let me show you on here. You just take your puff paint and go in circles like this. And make sure you let it dry, because if you set this down on your bathroom floor or any tile or wood floor at all, and that paint's not dry, you'll end up painting your floor. Okay? The other question, or the other thing you can do, is hot glue. And that is my way of doing it. I just take my hot glue gun, and it's not hot right now. I'm just going to show you. And I do the same thing. I just slowly make a swirl like this all the way around. And again, you have to make sure that it's dry, because if not, you're going to glue that to the carpet, or not to the carpet, to the ground in your bathroom or another room, wherever you're going to put it, okay? If you're going to put it on a carpet, like next to your bed, because I think I'm going to put the gold one next to my bed. I think that's what I'm going to do with that one. I have carpet in there, but I just think it would be pretty. Or maybe in the guest, I need to make some more of these. I just love them. But anyway, if you're going to put it on a carpet surface, it's not going to be slick. Then don't worry about putting anything on the back of it. But if it's going to be on a floor that's slick, you don't want to fall. And, you know, I'm 62 years old. The last thing I need is to fall and break a hip. And as clumsy as I am, that's probably exactly what would happen. My luck, I'd trip and land on my sore knee, you know. So anyway, we want to make sure that we stay safe. But you can use these anywhere. You can use them before you go out the door. You could use it next to your bed. You could use it in front of the bathroom toilet or in front of a sink. This is going to go in front of my sink, because I have like a stand-up sink and next to the potty. And I'm putting this in front of the sink. And I love standing on these. They're so soft because the blanket yarn is so soft. Okay. So, I don't know if you have a Ollies in your area, but we have a brand new Ollies here in Yukon, Oklahoma. And it's just like, I don't know, 5 miles from my house. Not far at all. And I got my Aldi email this week. Sign up for Aldi email. Let me get a little bit of coffee real quick. Sign up for Aldi's Ollie, Ollie's email. Great stuff, cheap, I think is what they call it. Because when I was there last time, I talked to a really nice lady, and she said that they purchased a bunch of Joann's yarn that they had in the warehouses, and they're going to be pushing it out from time to time. And that was where I got the yellow and the purple and the green and the beige for this. I got the yellow, the green, and the beige, and then the purple. You can see I didn't tie my ends in. Let's look at this side. I went back and I got the gold and the purple. Okay. Now this week I noticed that when they sent the email out, they have the big cakes of Bernat blanket, $4.99. So I'm going to be heading out there tomorrow. Hopefully they'll still have some, because Wednesday is my shopping day. Unless it's pouring rain like it is today. I don't like to drive in the rain. I'm a big baby. I'll do it if I have to, but I don't want to. But anyway, the lady was super nice. That was where and she said they aren't just going to be getting the yarn. There's going to be a lot of craft things too. And so that makes me really happy. There you go, Denise. Go to Ollie's. I have found some really neat things there. They have things that I probably wouldn't buy, but like I needed a new pizza pan. My pizza pan was from about 20 years ago, and it was pretty black. Although that seems, they work really well that way, but I just couldn't get it clean enough anymore. And I went to Walmart, and I was looking at their pizza pans, and they were just so thin. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to get that. So when we were at Ollie's, my husband and I were in there. I picked up 2 cookie sheets that are Baker's Secrets and a round pizza pan, and they're all really thick. And they were super, super cheap. And so they have a great assortment of all kinds of things. And if you're into gardening and yard decorations right now, they have a ton of stuff. I even bought a new flag that has sunflowers and cardinals on it. It was like, I don't know, $3.99 or something for because I have one of those flags you hang up. I've always gotten the Pioneer Woman ones, but I didn't like the ones they had this year. I love Pioneer Woman. You can see that. I love her stuff. And I've loved, because it's also bright and colorful. But the new stuff coming out, I don't care for. It's all pastels and like mint green. I don't care for it. I like the older stuff. But anyway, I have found some Pioneer Woman stuff at Ollies also. If you're into Pioneer Woman stuff, I bought some dish towels that I already had just because they were super cheap. And there was something else. They had napkins, and they had a whole bunch of different curtains and blankets too that are the stuff that they no longer carry at Walmart's at Ollies, because that's what Ollies does. They buy all the stuff that other stores don't carry. Okay, so somebody asked me, how long does it take to make one of these blankets? It takes 2 Hallmark movies. About 4 hours. And that's getting up during commercials and going potty, or getting up and getting a snack in between. So you could probably do it in 3 hours. But I mean, seriously, I made this. I was doing this one for the video, and all I had left to do was the last 4 rows in the trim, and I did it during 1 Hallmark movie. Okay. I love Hallmark movies. I love the mystery ones the best. And I also like what's that other one? Great American Movies or something like that. They're just silly and corny, and the stuff that happens in them, you're like, yeah, whatever. But it's so funny to watch. So anyway, that's how I measure things. How many Hallmark movies does it take to get this done? Okay, so the last thing I want to leave you with is on Friday, we're going to do our magnet cup. It's so cute. I love how it turned out. I had one idea and then I went with a different idea, and I really like how it turned out. But it's our May flowers, because last month was April showers. Bring May flowers. I love it. And so that's going to be on Friday for our Friday Fun Day. We'll do our cup of the month. Coffee cup. You can call it a tea cup, cocoa cup, whatever. And I already have some ideas, of course, for the next ones. And someone asked me if I'm going to do a teacup. And I do have an idea for fall for a teacup. Okay. Just FYI. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It just means I have an idea for it, because I changed my mind so much. But anyway, I do. All right. So that's all I've got for you for today. But I want to remind you about our shout out of the week. Claudia of Crochet Luna. Her YouTube channel link is underneath this video in that description box. Go check her out. Like, subscribe, and boop that bell. And let her know I sent you, because I think she's terrific. I think you'll really like her. All right? Well, that's all I've got for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.